I think at some point he drank lots and lots of vodka and someone tried to push him and he just kind of went... And then threw a punch and then chinned the guy and was like, oh my god, that's the best thing ever. So today we are here with a professional Systema practitioner to put this to the test, to see which techniques work to destroy the dogma and stigma behind Systema and try and figure out once and for all whether it works in a real life application and in a professional sporting application. Here we go.
Hours later.
So me and Tibi have been here now for about a couple of hours. We've been discussing how Systema can work in a street application and also in a professional fight. There's loads of different things I want to try and get across to you today. The way they drill their techniques is not how they always apply necessarily in a real life situation. So for instance, Tibi, if you do the Sonic where you throw like 5 or 6 punches in a row, right? This is just him drilling, right? This is not how he's going to fight. When he actually throws his actual strikes, if you just throw a single, just boom, straight off the bat, nice and relaxed. That is a single strike, or a combo in that case. That is how we're going to try and use it today for a street application, and I'm going to try and add it into my game too. Systema is really, really unorthodox, being it is very, very loose. Now what I have noticed with the way Tibi throws his punches, they come out of nowhere with a lot of snap. Right? If you throw just a snappy punch now, no effort at all. Boom. Straight out, right? Very disguised, very hard to see, right? So I can see why in a street application this would be fantastic. Imagine if someone's coming up to you now in a threatening demeanour. They're coming up to you, you're showing no fucking threat, showing nothing at all, giving nothing away. As soon as they come up to you, you throw a whippy shot out, straight on the chin. Now if you throw out, hold your arm out as you throw it, he's doing it really fast. As he holds it out, he's still hitting with the knuckle, guys. He's still kinetic, it's running through his body. It's still powerful. We will show you on the pads and that in a minute, and it does hurt. If we let him punch him on the arm quickly, you bastard. It's not pleasant. I can't imagine that's very nice in the street either. Right? So just to show it does work. Could you do it
one more time because I was holding my breath and that would be a big mistake from Systema person.
So as you can see, guys, fucking hell. The knuckles go straight through, because he's so, it's dead as fuck, because he's so relaxed. As he comes in, he sort of pushes off me with the whip and the sting. It's very, very horrible, like a whip, like a snap, as we say in boxing. Very effective. You probably saw in the video we put up last week, there was a lot of bullshito in there, but he actually broke it down, some of it, to why it's important. Some of their drills, broken down into smaller drills, make a lot of sense. Unlike in boxing, where you have to face your opponent to get your best shot, we could be in a street fight. There could be people all around you, your peripheral vision all around. And with Systema, they can shoot and hit from anywhere. Boom, 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 hitting multiple targets at once, not giving away what they're gonna do. So if Tibi stays here, for instance, and I'm here, he can hit me now without changing his stance, right? Myself personally, I would have turned, looked, and then gone, because that's what I've been trained to do. So this is something new to me. I'm going to start adding it to my game, and we're going to start drilling it later on in the video.
Good points on that one, Brad. One thing which we really have learnt about Systema from today is the ability to move the kinetic movement through your body and transfer it into different ways. It's not just boom, uppercuts and straights. It's that ability to flow the body and whip a target without giving it away. Tibi's shown us a couple of exercises which help increase the movement in your hands and increase the fluidity of your body, and we're going to go through that now with you.
Firstly, let me show how working throwing strike. Throwing strike works similar, like if I take this cricket ball and I throw it somewhere. Same way as I throw the cricket ball, would it be painful if I throw it to your head?
Yes.
Definitely yes. Same way I can throw my fist. My fist has similar weight, maybe even a little bit heavier, and is similar hard than the ball. So it's easy to see it on a hammer fist. Yeah, this. So hammer fist is like throwing ball. Same can be punch. So I take my wrist and I throw it to him. Yeah. So behind punch, that doesn't need to be breached through your body to the ground, because cricket ball has on the breach as well. So this is one of dogma. The punch must be, you have to be solid somehow if you want to throw strong punch. I know that in the system I look a little bit suspicious that people make like big movements like this. We do the big movements just on the beginning to feel the kinetic energy. And if you have good feeling for kinetic energy and you, this is big, smaller, 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 and on the end it can be just something like this because I hide the wave. On the beginning, on the training, we're training big wave, but on the street I want to hide the wave. I don't want to show you my movements.
Ah, see, now we're getting somewhere. This is why we actually really enjoyed Tibi's visit. What you see in a Systema video of these big, wild, flapping attacks is the basis of their training. They're gaining the momentum which they then refine into much smaller movements. That big throwing a ball into a hammer fist generates a lot of speed. Baseball players can throw a ball at like 100 miles an hour. So if you can refine that 100 mile an hour speed of your wrist coming through into a much smaller, tighter movement, you have a really effective strike. And that's something which we have taken away from this visit. Like, a lot of the big, floaty, absorbing moves and things like that don't play too well into an MMA game because it's a lot tighter, it's a lot more intense, and you have someone trying to punch you in the face. So doing like an absorbing body move means you can't really block your face. Does not work. Whereas this cool little hammer fist, it can work really well, which we demonstrate later on in the video. Let's get back to it.
So we're working with wave, like with aspect. Firstly big, to also learn, read it. Because you can read, same as you are reading book, you can read the kinetic energy, how it flows through your training partner or through your opponent.
We'll let him do a little hammer fist to my chest now, see what it feels like.
Yeah, so big hammer fist, slowly.
Ugh. Fuck me.
Yeah. Then, without such long trajectory, so from halfway, yeah, or just here, nearly touching. Yeah, I'm touching him. So how to generate the power from touch? Because normally you have not so much space. So I'm going here. Yeah? So this is big. I don't do it such strong anymore. But this I want. This I want. Yeah? Oops.
Savage. That's going to be bruised tomorrow. So it is highly effective. That whip is like a ball and chain. And this is the Systema, the system of being the most efficient you can be. Yeah? Oh, that's the fucking way worse, that second one. Wow. That second one is way worse. When he hits my shoulder open and it comes back, and then he fucking deadens my arm with his knuckles. Once again, talking about those knuckles, he punches with the same ones. They are very effective. They drill Systema big, but when it comes to it, it's small and fast. So we've seen loads of videos, and loads of people are trying to explain to us what Systema is, but no one's actually said what it is like Tibi's told us. This is completely different, and it makes so much more sense to us. Or the one that he does to me, which is fucking horrible, open slap, came down the back. Imagine that in your face. So what looks silly when it's training, like that, throwing the ball around, when it actually hits me, is quite painful. It wasn't nice. It was actually a lot of kinetic power. Whip, all from training his muscles like this. It may look silly, but obviously it's effective. Now, Tibi showed me a new way of punching. It's quite cool. It's super loose. It's out the way. You'll see what I mean when you see that in a minute. I've not seen it before, but it fucking hurts. It's still powerful, all right? Joe's going to pass me the pad. Now Tibi's going to talk you through it from here.
Yeah, so elbow is totally floppy. Elbow is like a nunchaku, if you play with nunchaku. And in this moment, I'm moving with my torso and with my upper arm, and in the right moment, I start bending the arm, and this power meet together here. So it looks something like this. Then, on the end, you can also add other small nunchaku, what is wrist. So if wrist is here, yeah, this. Yeah. So waving like this, I can speak, and meantime, I can punch it. That means that I don't need to stop breathing because I'm punching.
Ooh, Tibi, once again, you little superstar. You've broken down a technique which usually looks fucking stupid. Boxers and MMA fighters are trained to keep their punches nice and tight and keep them nice and simple. For any hook punch, the elbow comes up, you swing with the shoulder. With this movement, you don't use your shoulder at all. You are essentially whipping your body, and your arm is loose, but your fist is tense at the end with your knuckles facing down, and you just let it wrap and you whip it round. Shorten that movement. Obviously, as a nice big long punch, it looks absolutely weird as fuck, and it will be read and seen from a mile away. But having that loose elbow allows you to whip your fist round the side of someone's guard. They're in here, or if they go to tie block, your elbow, the inner of your elbow will bounce off their arm, and then the fist will whip round the back and potentially hit the chin. Very, very interesting technique. Completely different, but what we like, as he said, is the ability to do this whilst breathing. When most people throw punches, they tighten up. They have to do the boxing breath. He can talk through this and still throw a very, very hard punch, because the wave movement is coming from his hips and his shoulders and his back, not coming from his shoulder muscles and his biceps and the extension of the elbow. The arm just flies free. Let's see what he does.
And I can feel the knuckles through that, guys, as well. I'm not bullshitting you. As he's hitting and it turns, I can feel it, the knuckles are dragging, sort of digging in to the pad. I can feel it taking my arm away. When he done it to my chest, I let him do it to my chest gently now because it's going to hurt. As he hits slowly, oh my good God, that is very powerful. You rub it, it makes fuck all difference. Now my heart stopped. But no, but that's just to show you the power you can produce from it, guys, right? It is a legit punch, right? How I would use it in MMA, I don't know. Now we need to figure out a way how to use this in MMA. How are we going to put this into an MMA situation? Are we going to be able to do this from a breakaway from clinch? Are we going to do this off the cage? Are we going to do this breaking away from upper half clinch? Are we going to use it on the ground? Why can't we use it on the ground? Trap an arm and use it then. Right? So we're going to try and mix it together and use it in a certain way to benefit our game. We've had a little chat about the old whip move, right? See that? You can do it either way. Right? And you've seen him training with the ball. I reckon there is a position that I could actually use this from, right? If I got Tibi now with the underhook here, right? Just a normal pull here, hit him with that normal right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the Systema way with a double wham. So I'm going to come here, bam, bam, and hit him again. Tibi does it a little bit better than me. So when he does it, he also uses this. You go, boom. He does it about 30 times in 10 seconds, which is a bit more effective than me. But you can see how I've took a little bit of that Systema away and I've used it, using that same whipping motion, right? If you do that whip again, whip. See, I can't quite do that yet. If I make the noise, it sounds good. Do it again. He actually makes a fucking noise. I just click my fingers. But from that position there, guys, I can see that being quite effective. How many times have you been here? Boom, boom, boom. And then he covers his face up with his hand. Here, why not? Bam, bam. Hit him with the double. Go for it. But a bit more flicky and a bit more snappy. It take me a bit. I'm not there yet, guys. I've only had 1 hour's training. All right? I've had 1 hour's training. All right? So if I make a nice short movement out of it, I reckon I can get a nice quality technique out of it.
Okay, so we figured out another really interesting move in which Systema can work for an MMA application. Every MMA guy will know the collar tie in a clinch situation, which is where Tibi and Brad are now. A lot of guys, when they're training Systema, it's this movement, and people go, what the fuck is going on there? But check this out.
I attack him with my shoulder here. That makes me space to come with elbow here. Yeah. So elbow is coming like this, like open and little bit there. In the little bit bigger speed, it would look like this. And here, for example, I'm into situation to do something else.
Grab my head.
Ah, okay, again, okay.
Go. And you can see, guys, as soon as you control that head, he twists me here. He's got the head drag, right? You probably didn't see it, but he pulled me away. My hips come forward. I lost my momentum. Boom, straight on the ground. And then he controlled my head, you started doing some strikes. For jiu-jitsu guys, you could have gone for the neck, you could have gone for a submission. For Systema guys, they continue striking. So in practice, that move looks like this. That's why it looks so silly sometimes, but when it's done to you, trust me, it's not so silly. So you hardly ever see shoulder punches. I've seen them once in a while, they're as rare as rock and all shit. But as you saw then, they're highly effective. I think I'm going to start adding that to my game. I might even start teaching it at the next Dragon Slayer class. It's quite an effective move. You don't really see it coming, and it hits you out of nowhere, and it fucking hurts. But it leaves you in a good position. Tibi, what is your favourite move?
I have many favorite moves, but I show something what I think that can be useful for you. Somebody has a guard here. So firstly, if I'm hard and you be strong, yeah? So I cannot put you down. But if I'm going like a whip, try to hold it.
I can.
Yeah? This. Yeah? And if I am nicely floppy from here, I can accelerate to the strike. So the situation can look like this. Yeah? Here. And from this, I take dynamic. Or it can be to other guard, we are here. I want to, he's nice, covered, so I want to open him like this and then punch him. So I'm going this, yeah? Or here, hammer fist. Firstly going in front of him, I don't open him, yeah? I can flow also around, or this, and anywhere in. So, this.
And I'm telling you guys, that first one sucks dick. That is not pleasant. If he does it again, I could not resist. He's even doing it soft. I could not resist.
Slowly, so there is not full speed.
Just my body won't let me do it. It's just like, sort of jolts me away, which is quite scary, really. I like that. Practice that and throw straight on the end of it or something. Do you know what I mean? Could you do that same move? So if I'm doing that to you, if you do that to me again, sorry, could you hit that down and then go straight into a hook? Could you do that?
Yeah, it can be also here. So slowly, this and this. I actually,
boom.
This.
Oh, so that's bad. Do that again. Right, this is live for the camera. I've genuinely asked him this question: what's his favourite move? And this is how martial artists learn off each other. Right? I know I'm normally one to criticise or wind someone up, but this is how you genuinely learn new stuff. Right? That's how you learn as martial artists, guys.
Anything you want to add, Brad?
No, it's more painful than it looks.
Yeah. Getting punched tends to hurt.
Give it a try.
Yeah.
You've got to try it.
Yeah, exactly.